Chapter 18, Wastewater Story.
Introduction.
Water is used by all of us, and it is the most essential component of our life, without which we cannot survive. The water which gets contaminated after various activities such as washing, bathing,
Mopping, etc. is known as wastewater.
Water, our lifeline. Water is not only a resource but is a life source. Water covers 71% of the Earth's surface and is vital for all known forms of life. On Earth, 96.5% of the planet's water is found in seas and oceans, 1.7% in groundwater, 1.7% in glaciers and the ice caps of Antarctica and Greenland, a small fraction in other large water bodies, and 0.001% in the air as vapor, clouds formed of solid and liquid water particles suspended in air, and precipitation. Only 2.5% of the Earth's water is fresh water, and 98.8% of that water is ice and groundwater. Less than 0.3% of all fresh water is in rivers, lakes and the atmosphere, and an even smaller amount of the Earth's fresh water, 0.003%, is contained within biological bodies and manufactured products. Approximately 70% of the fresh water used by humans goes to agriculture. What is sewage? The liquid waste which has water as its largest component, along with various types of impurities, is known as sewage. The process of removing impurities from wastewater before it can be reused or sent to the water bodies is known as sewage treatment or cleaning of water. This process of cleaning water takes place in several steps. Sewage consists of water which gets polluted from a variety of sources such as homes, industries, hotels, hospitals, offices, and so on. In addition to these, rainwater is also a part of the sewage which runs down from the roads during rains. The pipes which carry wastewater are sewers, and the network of sewers is known as sewerage. Manholes are the holes made in sewers at frequent intervals so that timely inspections and cleaning of sewers can be done through them. The manhole is covered with a hard lid so that people and traffic can easily move over it. Sewage is a complex mixture of dissolved and suspended impurities. Sewage consists of organic and inorganic matter, suspended waste materials, disease-causing microorganisms, and other microbes. The waste products consist of organic matter such as human waste, animal waste, garbage, and urine, urea, and inorganic matter such as nitrates, phosphates, and mineral salts. The organic matter in sewage decomposes rapidly, giving off foul-smelling and hazardous gases. Disease-causing organisms are passed into sewage through the feces and urine of infected persons. The wastes from industrial processes are often toxic. The safe disposal of sewage is therefore essential for the health of a community. Water freshens up, an eventful journey. The collection and treatment of sewage is one of the most important municipal services. The cities and towns should have proper sewer systems to carry sewage to a sewage treatment plant.
The necessity to collect the sewage water and then treat it adequately before disposing it off is recognized by the law in the society.
But around 90% of wastewater produced globally remains untreated, causing widespread water pollution, especially in low-income countries.
Treatment of polluted water. At the sewage treatment plant, the sewage is treated to destroy disease organisms and to remove substances that can cause harmful or other undesirable effects in the water. The treated sewage is then discharged into nearby streams, lakes, or coastal waters. In rural areas, the treated sewage is usually disposed of in the soil. The disposal of untreated or inadequately treated sewage directly into a stream or body of water can result in serious water pollution. Disease-causing organisms endanger water supplies and swimming areas. Various chemicals may poison the water, killing fish and other wildlife, while certain nutrients in the sewage can cause an excessive growth of aquatic plants. As wastes decompose, they can deplete the oxygen supply in the water, making it unfit for all forms of aquatic life.
Wastewater treatment plant. These are large plants where wastewater is cleaned before being sent to the nearest water bodies for being reused. The sewage treatment involves physical, chemical, and biological processes to remove impurities from the wastewater. Physical process. 1. Filtration. The wastewater is passed through bar screen. Large objects such as rags, sticks, plastic bags, cans, etc. are removed in this process. 2. Grit and sand removal. The wastewater is slowly passed through the sedimentation tank. Grit, sand and pebbles settle down at the bottom. 3. Sedimentation. Water is then sent to the sedimentation tank. Solids such as feces settle at the bottom. Floatable impurities such as oil and grease float on the surface. A scraper removes the feces from the water. The impurity thus collected is known as sludge, which is sent to the sludge tank. The sludge can be used to produce biogas or to produce manure. A skimmer removes the floatable impurities. Now, the water is called clarified water. Biological process. 4. Aeration. Air is pumped into clarified water so that bacteria can proliferate. Bacteria consume the human waste. It leaves food waste, soap, and other unwanted materials in the water. The microbes settle down at the bottom after several hours. Water is then removed from the top. This water is fit for irrigation and can be used for that purpose. Chemical process. 5. Chlorination. Water purified through aeration is not fit for human consumption. It needs to be treated with chlorine. For this, bleaching powder is added to the water. Chlorine kills whatever germs may be left in the water. After chlorination, the water becomes fit for drinking once again.
Become an active citizen. We all share the responsibility to ensure a healthy, secure and sustainable water supply for our communities, environment and economy. Our quality of life depends on it. Do you know, every day 2 million tons of sewage and other effluents drain into the world's waters. Every year, more people die from unsafe water than from all forms of violence, including war. The most significant sources of water pollution are lack of inadequate treatment of human wastes and inadequately managed and treated industrial and agricultural wastes. Access to safe drinking water has improved over the last decades in almost every part of the world, but approximately 1 billion people still lack access to safe water and over 2.5 billion lack access to adequate sanitation.
Better housekeeping practices. Better housekeeping practices to maintain sanitation are as follows. Do not throw cooking oil and fat into the drain. This can block the drain. The fat and oil clogs the pores in the soil in open drains. This reduces the filtering capacity of soil. Do not throw chemicals such as paint, insecticides, medicines, etc. into the drain. They kill the bacteria which otherwise help in cleaning the water. Do not throw used tea leaves, solid food, soft toys or napkins in the drain. They can clog the drain and do not allow oxygen to enter the sewage water. Oxygen is important for the natural process of decomposition. Sanitation and disease. The process of maintaining overall cleanliness in the home and in the surrounding is known as sanitation. Sanitation is important for the health of a person and that of the community. Many people have the habit of defecating in the open. Uncovered human excreta attract flies and other insects. These insects carry germs of many dangerous diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and jaundice. With constant public awareness campaign, the practice of open defecation can be stopped. Poor sanitary condition can also contaminate the groundwater because contaminants percolate down the ground. Stagnant water is a perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are the carriers of several diseases such as malaria, dengue, chikungunya, and filaria. Pollution is one of the greatest abuses of our natural water resources. Alternative arrangements for sewage disposal. In the absence of a sewage system, arrangements for on-site sewage disposal can be made. For example, septic tanks are built in which human excreta are collected. In due course of time, the human excreta get decomposed into compost. Composting pits can be made to dump waste and to make manure from them. Sewage can be collected into biogas plants to produce useful biogas. Chemical toilets are new discoveries. They do not require much water for the disposal of human excreta and are environment friendly. Such toilets are ideal for the drains. Sanitation can be applied to a wide range of subjects such as on-site sanitation. The collection and treatment of waste is done where it is disposed. Examples: pit latrines, septic tanks, and imhoff tanks. Food sanitation refers to the hygienic measures for ensuring food safety. Environmental sanitation, the control of environmental factors that form links in disease transmission.
This includes solid waste management, water and wastewater treatment,
Industrial waste treatment, and noise and pollution control. Ecological sanitation, an approach that tries to match nature through the recycling of nutrients and water from human and animal waste in a hygienically safe manner. Organizations such as Sulabh International have developed a twin-pit pour flush toilet system that is being used by about 10 million people every day. The waste from these toilets flows through covered drains into a biogas plant for the generation of biogas and biofertilizers.